You're next on In Depth.
Yes, good morning. You mentioned the Desantis and history, and I'm going to see if we can weave both of these together. I'm in Broward County. We're an activist school district. And this issue of keeping schools open or closing them is a matter of life or death, and it's usually for the elderly. And my question is, I think I'm going to be able to give both Reagan and Trump an out here because based on history. But first, I want to describe what I heard myself. It's on video. You can check with Fauci senior editor Andrew Desantis with CNN. They're on video, and I wonder if Reagan would have been there too, where Trump and Desantis and Azar actually said that they were wishing to increase disease in the population by using kids basically as smallpox blankets to spread the disease because they don't get it amongst the population to increase herd immunity. They said it word for word. That's the dictionary definition of genocide. So I think that's going to be a problem for DeSantis if he runs, and it's going to eventually be a problem for Trump. Now, that's not my question. My question is, and here's the out. I don't think what they're doing is bad. I don't think these people are evil. They're following a false view of science we pushed in the 1860s to justify slavery based on what they're calling at CPAC now natural order. But that's from Herbert Spencer, who founded the education system in Galton. They came up with this false belief in competition and survival of the fittest. That isn't how evolution works. Evolution works by cooperation.
Michael, a lot there. Let's Hayward.
Yeah, there is a lot there.
Jump in.
I've been trying to stay out of this COVID stuff in great detail. I'm going to restate this part, which was, I think we learned early on that, unlike the Spanish influenza of 1918, that children are at very low risk of serious complications from the disease. I think the number of children who died from COVID is in the single digits.
That's why they make good smallpox blankets.
Even those maybe have had comorbidities, certain other. And then the other one is look, I think that more and more people are coming around. The British in the last couple of weeks and said, yeah, we should have embraced a focused protection model, which is for elderly. Look, you had Governor Cuomo in New York sending elderly back into nursing homes who still hadn't gotten over COVID and spreading. It happened in Washington State. Should have sent them to the Ritz-Carlton and had given them room service. I mean, maybe not literally that, but the point is we should have had much more focused protection for the people who were the most vulnerable to it. So people with comorbidities and the elderly. And I think more and more opinions coming around to that point of view. And so, unfortunately, I mean, we were hoping that we could get around the natural course of a pandemic like we saw with Spanish influenza, like we've seen throughout history, without herd immunity reaching a critical mass. So the idea that we're going to have to get to herd immunity at some point, how we get there, the vaccine turned out to have been oversold, right? That was a much harder question than people thought. And so I think those guys may end up being vindicated. The way the caller put it was a little harsh, but okay, that's what we are. I get all that.
Genocide?
Columbus, Ohio. This is John. Good morning. You're on with Stephen Hayward.